Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's a brilliant, fantastic day. To my super chat, thank you so very much. I have an upload before this, and it's it's basically debunking Q, calling it out, explaining why it's dangerous, and that's an upload before this. So I love everyone. Peace and love, peace and love, peace. If you send more letters for signatures, I will not respond. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Don't ask for my autograph anymore. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. That's Ringo Starr's. That's Ringo Starr's attempt at telling his fans that he loves them, but he doesn't want to sign any more autographs. My attempt at telling my viewers I love them or care about them is to be annoying, which is what I do best. Part of my trait. But when I was on the left, people were like, "How dare you talk about Clinton?" And that was a conspiracy theory that I debunked. Now people are like, "Oh yeah, I don't like Clinton. I never did." Oh, yes, you did. You worshipped her. And I was the one who told you not to do so. And you were mean to me. Now I'm kind of doing the same thing. And of course, you know how it goes. People get upset. So, but I don't mean to like diss anyone or, like I don't want to disrespect anyone. That's my point. My point is not to disrespect anyone. My point is not to, really not to do anything negative. It's just all love and positive. So whatever. It is what it is. People don't want to hear certain things. It's an 8chan message board. So like if you go on 8chan, it says like it's the darkest reaches of the internet. I just don't think that Trump would, do that. But anyway, aside from that, I'm going to move away from that because my goodness, I've taken enough heat. No. Well, if you think that, why are you watching? That's the question. Hold on one second. So, hello, Metalhead. Hello, everyone. So let's continue. DNC sought to hide details of Clinton funding deal. See, this is Politico. It's public record. And the way you should combat the deep state or, find truth is simply the public record is there in the New York Times, the Washington Post. These are sources that can't be debunked because the left uses them to fuel the whole, Trump worked with Russia. Here and there, they do great reporting. Very rarely. Okay. Politico does some good reporting, but most of like Washington Post, New York Times, very rarely they'll have to actually debunk themselves. So when there's no evidence that Clinton had anything to do with the uranium sale, well, there's a New York Times article, Cash Flowed to the Clinton Foundation amid Russian uranium deal, that talks about Robert Mueller presiding over the sale of uranium outside the United States government. I was speaking about that long before Q. So that's the thing. The things that I've been talking about, the things that Tom Fitton, Judicial Watch, Paul Sperry, Joe DiGenova, Victoria Tenzing, John Solomon, all of these people have been speaking about this long before an 8chan message board. But anyway, DNC sought to hide details of Clinton funding deal. Leaked emails show officials tried to obscure fact that Clinton allowed states to keep only a tiny fraction of proceeds from joint fundraising. So this is an actual campaign finance violation. It was actually brought up by campaign finance watchdogs. Okay. And that's the thing. They pick and choose what they want. They pick and choose what they want, and they ignore what they don't like. So, I mean, they ignore things that are too close to home. So, for example, when Clinton actually engages in massive, overt campaign finance violations, we're talking like overt and massive campaign finance violations. What they'll do is they'll say, they'll write an article about it, or they'll talk about it in passing, and a nonpartisan, quote unquote nonpartisan watchdog group will say, oh, well, Clinton did this. With Trump, it starts out with Trump Russia, and then that's why I say you should have fired Mueller. That's why I say you can't trust any plan. Starts off with Trump Russia, and then what it does is it goes and they're trying to find something to hurt Trump, and they did. Because what eventually takes place is they'll eventually find something to do with Michael Cohen, who was engaged in criminal activity. And oh, by the way, Trump told Cohen to pay Stormy and the National Enquirer regarding McDougal. Well, that's not a campaign finance violation. It's Bradley Smith. Bradley Smith, the Federal Election Commission chairman, stated, this is in the Washington Post, that it's not a campaign finance violation. So that's the thing. They don't have evidence of a campaign finance violation, but they don't need evidence. They didn't even need evidence of Trump-Russia collusion. They have nothing. It's this just constant spin frenzy hysteria over Trump. They're so suspicious, but they're not suspicious about Clinton, even though she is engaged in hundreds of millions of dollars of campaign finance violations. So DNC sought to hide details of Clinton funding deal. Leaked emails show officials tried to obscure the fact Clinton allowed states to keep only a tiny fraction of proceeds from joint fundraising. So this was in 2016. Check this out. Leaked emails show the Democratic, and I wrote a Daily Caller article on this. Clinton should be indicted on campaign finance violations. Everything that Clinton is guilty of, from collusion with Russia in terms of taking money and then buying a Steele dossier, uranium sale, she didn't have to have complete say over the deal or have the ability to veto the deal. That is not the issue. She didn't even have to have control of the uranium. That's also not the issue. These are stupid things that they debunk, and they say, you see, there's nothing there. There's no there. The issue with what they do is they have no suspicion, even though there's a money trail. Even though it's a money trail. Even though here there's obvious issues with Clinton just taking money and tens of millions from state parties. So I'll read you. Leaked emails show the Democratic National Committee scrambled this spring to conceal the details of a joint fundraising agreement with Hillary Clinton that funneled money through state Democratic parties. That's illegal. That's not allowed. But during the 3-month period where the DNC was working to spin the situation, state parties kept less than 0.5% of the $82 million raised. Look, she stole $82 million. You want to be generous, $81 million, fine. $81 million funneled into her campaign. This is a Politico article. I'll tweet this out. And just real quick, also, like, let people know, like, I know that people are unsubing. They're like, I'm unsubbing. I'm leaving you, AJ, leaving you. Don't unsub. Whether people unsub or not, whatever, I'll deal with it. But let people know that I don't have any disrespect towards anyone. I don't diss anyone. I didn't diss anyone in my last video. It's just all love. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. That's it. It's all love. That's it. Get this thing. Violating validating concerns raised by campaign finance watchdogs. So then she had a dinner with George Clooney. The arrangement, called the Hillary Victory Fund, allowed Clinton campaign to seek contributions of hundreds of thousands of dollars to attend extravagant fundraisers, including a dinner at George Clooney's house and a concert at Radio City Music Hall featuring Katy Perry and Elton John. Okay? So it was all like, this is an overt, egregious, thank you, Rose Scoundrel, thank you. This was an overt campaign finance violation. Hold on one second. Let's see. It's an overt campaign finance violation because you're stealing $80 million. But Drake, I know. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Rose. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Rose Daya, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate that. And I appreciate the support. You know, one thing about me is it's a wonderful character trait I have. It's called being annoying. I was annoying on the left. I'm annoying as a conservative now, or more conservative. So, but okay, so let's continue. So that resulted in criticism for Clinton. Only criticism. It was made opposition to big money in politics a key plank. How are you going to oppose money in politics while at the same time taking money from every source possible? That's another thing. That's another thing. How are you going to, how on earth are you going to go and funnel $80 million through a political party that is supposed to be independent of your campaign? So that is bizarre. Very bizarre. You know, the issue here is it's one standard for Clinton, another standard for Trump. One standard for Clinton, which is, oh, well, we'll criticize, but we won't do anything about it. No special counsel, no nothing. I think I've been saying forever she's going to eventually get indicted, and I believe that. But it's going to take political will from Trump. He needs to fight back. He needs to fight back. And I've been saying this for a while now, like since late 2015, early 2016. So Nano Horizon, push you in my channel intro. Much better. Thank you, Nano Horizon. Thank you. Put you in my channel intro. Thank you, Nano Horizon. I got to check out your channel. Thank you. Johnny 5. Clinton Global Initiative equals Rico. Haiti wants to know what happened to their money. That's right. And you are skilled in accounting. So my God, I mean, $10 billion. $10 billion, only 3%. Only 3%. Thank you so much. Nano Horizon, Johnny 5, thank you. It goes on. Clinton and allies have responded publicly by arguing the fund is raising big money to boost down ballot Democrats candidates by helping the 40 state parties that are now participating in the fund. But privately, officials at the DNC and Clinton campaign worked to parry questions raised by reporters, as well as Sanders' since-aborted campaign, about the distribution of money. According to, and we know this from, and then they say a cache of hacked emails. There's no evidence it was hacked. CrowdStrike is the only company to look at the servers. So these are WikiLeaks emails. The emails released the day before the opening of the Democratic National Convention here exposed DNC staffers seemingly undermining Sanders' insurgent campaign against Clinton. Of course they were. They cheated Bernie. That's the whole thing. The leak hampered the convention's mission of uniting the party. Okay, of course not. Of course it did. The emails show the officials agreeing to withhold information from reporters about the Hillary Victory Fund allocation formula, working to align their stories about when or if the DNC had begun funding coordinated campaign committees with the states. This is very good. This is an excellent article. Reporters actively sought. They're not even reporters. They were just activists at that point. They actively sought to hide the criminal behavior. So it's like that's how she gets away with things. They also show one official blaming Sanders for putting the DNC between a real rock and a hard place by forcing a fight in the media with the party bosses over big money fundraising. So that's the issue. The issue is that they had no intention. All of these, like Medicare for all, $15 minimum wage, green economy, they have no intention of that at all. They never had intention. They never had the intention or the motivation, or they were never serious about any of this. That's the issue. No Sickle J. Every day I see Clinton's face in the news, I get a little thrill of my leg. You're pitch perfect on this one, H.A. Clinton is going to get indicted. Thank you, No Sickle J. Thank you, No Sickle J. Appreciate it. No Sickle J, thank you. Johnny 5, thank you. Let's see. Johnny 5, check out my RT segment on that. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Oh, you know what? Eric H526, by the way, has Cindy Lou, thank you, has 2 uploads. I'm going to upload right now. I mean, I'm going to share on Twitter. Eric H526, one of these days, man, you got to get what is the game I as a buddy of mine I used to play not long ago. Well, actually long ago, about 10 years ago. Actually, with my buddies, we'd play, what was it? Madden. We'd play Madden 03. I think it's even Madden 02. Yeah, it was like 02 Madden on a PlayStation. Wait, which one is it? That is a game I love. Oh my God, that game I love. Madden 02 PlayStation. Hold on. Madden 02. Yep, that's it. Hold on. Madden. Yep. I'm looking at it right now. That's the, wait. 2002. PlayStation 2. That's how old it is. Yep. That's it. I'm looking at it. Oh my God, it's fun. So fun. I could play hours. I could play that game for hours. I could play that game for hours. Child of Yah, thank you. Cindy Lou, thank you. Child of Yah, thank you. So anyway, press 1 if you remember PlayStation 2, Madden 02. Press 1 if you remember that. Right? And I'll tell you, like, if you play that long, like, you know, I grew up with video games, but not the way. That's right. Inside Scarlet. Yes. Rosine. Yes, that's right. Madden 02. So to me, it's kind of like when I see, like, I don't need all the great graphics. because just the graphics from Madden 02 is enough for me. I don't need like to see like like their bloodshot eyes or whatever. Like I don't need to see like details. Um, Same with like TVs. Like you get there's there's two. It's like too high def. It's like I don't know. It doesn't look good. Atari Pong. My buddy has that. My buddy has the Pong console. No, sorry. The Pong console, and he has the Atari 2600, original Atari 2600. I already know how it works. Oh, I'm not going to get into that. And I looked very good. I already know how it works. I was reading the actual posts. Anyway. So let's continue. The emails show officials agreeing to withhold information from reporters. Wow. Why would they do that? They also show one official blaming Sanders for. Okay, so the whole thing, they were never serious. By the way, you're going to love my new website. For the people who still watch me. People are like, I'm not subbing! Let's see, I lost, from yesterday to today, I lost like 200 subs, which happens. Not optimal, but it happens. Wait, how many subs that have I lost already? For speaking against the Wizard of Oz, the great letter LMNOP. I love people too. Like, I used to like you. I'm not subbing. Yep. About 200. Yep. Yep. About 200. Yeah. 200 subs I've lost in about 3 days. Gotta do it. Gotta be me. I gotta be me. Let me see, like, let me see the, I have 600 comments on a 1 hour. I had a segment 1 hour. What were people saying? Oh no. Every once in a while, they're like, AJ, I'm with you. I'm like, yeah. People think I'm mocking people. I'm not. And they're like, oh, it wakes people up. It doesn't. It doesn't wake anyone up. It's an 8chan. You know what you read on 8chan? There's a disclaimer. This is the darkest edge of the internet. I don't think, oh, it's unsubbed. I'm unsubbed. Okay, so it's fine. It is what it is. My God Almighty. But so let's continue. Between the creation of the Victory Fund in September and the end of last month, the fund has brought in $142 million. Meanwhile, they're worried about Stormy, and the National Enquirer has nothing to do with the election. Like, that would not have influenced the election, even if people found out. He actually, like, to tell you the truth, shouldn't even have paid anybody. He'd be like, you know what? Say what you want to say. The analysis found that state parties have kept less than 800,000 out of 142 million. Between the creation of the Victory Fund in September and the end of last month, the fund had brought in 142 million. The lion's share, 44%, has wound up in the DNC and Hillary for America. So you're talking about a joint fundraising that is against the law. That is against the law. Thank you, Lucky. Thank you. No, you know what it is, ladies and gentlemen, and this is like, tell people I have never dissed anyone. Like I love the people who believe in that nonsense because I'm actually trying to help them say, look, it's an 8chan message board. Okay, Trump is not speaking through an 8chan message board, but I'm saying this out of love and respect. I'm not dissing anyone. Um, you know, it's not, there's no diss anywhere. Smokey over the line. Mucho respect for you sticking to your guns. Consider your loss a few subs a correction. Thank you. Smokey over the line. Thank you. Because you know what? Smokey over the line. I learned something in life. Well, your friends, they stick with you. If they're not your friends, they don't stick with you. So I appreciate that, Smokey over the line. Also, actually, your name is what about? You have to draw a line in life sometimes. And I know that like sometimes because I could see it because I like a couple months back, I was like, I'm gonna have to expose this thing. And I was like, just calm down, just relax. Don't be annoying. You just became a Trump supporter. Just relax. You haven't had any. And by the way, like being a Trump supporter, there's no beef at all with people. Like I'm not going after the whole Q people on YouTube. They do what they want. I don't need beef with anyone. But I knew that it's better to draw a line. But the reason it's 8chan is because the only place not censored by Globus. Well, but 8chan is, there's a whole bunch of like illegal activity on that site too. Okay, it's like kind of like a just all like any craziness and insanity and illegal activity and nastiness. If you wanted to put it in a place, you could put it there. Trump doesn't need to speak through there. You know what I mean? Like I have my faults. I'm not perfect. I'm annoying. I'm, not haven't predicted everything right, but I have pulse of what's going on. Anything bad people say, people wrote hit pieces on me, whatever. But at least I'm out there talking to you from my writing. I've been published in the Hill, the Huffington Post, Salon, the Daily Caller. I was on CNN, MSNBC. I have built this channel on my own. I don't need to kiss anyone's behind. And, I'm not hiding behind a message board. God forbid, I have the Second Amendment. Someone tries to, 556. Someone tries to hurt. So, and if you talk to Styx, I believe Styx carries like, protection or, HB, who knows? Like when you're out there, you always have to, protect yourself because you're out there and you're saying things. I don't hide behind a message board. Styx doesn't hide behind a message board. HB doesn't hide behind a message board. You don't hide behind a message board when you're talking to people. Why this love and this admiration for a message board that's an obvious, like, trust this, trust that, everything? Censorship is not the issue. Well, okay. So one person is saying, well, Trump has to go through this message board because of censorship. He can simply go through Twitter. He could simply, what's the difference between Q saying something on an 8chan message board and Trump tweeting? Trump can just simply tweet what he wants the narrative to be. I don't think he needs an unknown source on a message board to speak for him. Then the Q people are taking, they're saying, oh yeah, the protests in Paris. It's like, no, don't take credit for that too. Adherent of Lady Columbia, Venezuela has received two Tu-160 Cold War plans. Hello, carrying conventional. Ooh, that's not good. Thank you. Adherent of Lady Columbia. Thank you. So, CNN, just looking at right now. CNN. Anthony Weiner, probably from jail. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, so basically what she did, what she was able to do is simply she funneled hundreds of millions of dollars. And it was just, hundreds of millions of dollars, and nobody said a thing. Nobody said a thing. That's what I don't get. Nobody said a thing. That's what I don't get. And she was able to just get away with everything. And that's the problem. Look, I keep saying this is why you can't trust the plan or whatever. Um, there is no unplanned people. I'm reading right now, like I'm unsubbing on sub. Um, my whole thing is, and again, let people know I'm not making fun of anyone. People took it like some people take it the wrong way. Like I don't. There's literally no point in my last segment where I make fun of anyone. I'm just saying, like, I'm definitely making fun of the message board, which is a message board. It's not even a person. Like that's not even a person. A message board is not a person. Nobody says, "Hi, A-chan, how are you today? How are your feelings? Are you feeling okay? How was your doctor visit?" A-chan message board. It's not a human being. It's just a message board. It's nothing. Um, the fund represents the most ambitious hard dollar fundraiser efforts in modern history. It was made possible by Hillary Victory Fund, which now includes 40 state Democratic committees, theoretically could accept checks as large as 436 grand. So the Hillary Victory Fund still had $42 million in the bank at the end of June, and it seems likely that more money will be moved to the state parties in the coming months. The DNC should push back directly at Sanders. This is one of the emails saying that what he's saying is false and harmful to the Democratic Party. My God, these people are so corrupt. And it's like Bernie was in on it. He practically was in on it from day one, even though they cheated him. But his reaction, and now like everything, 2 years of nonsense. My U-boat JVO drank your case of beer waiting, HE. So I bought you another one when Hillary is arrested. Thank you, my U-boat JVO. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, my U-boat JVO. I appreciate your support. So, yeah, I mean, MAGA Truth, Big Mike Obama's. Yeah. um, yeah, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, you're talking about millions and millions and millions of you're talking about millions of dollars funneled through the DNC, through the DNC, through state parties to Clinton. Exactly. You can only have the big crush. You can only have a campaign violation if that contribution would have been there only during the campaign, which was most of the money that Clinton raised and funneled through state parties and purchased and used for the Steele dossier and also for CrowdStrike. Trump was going to save, gave and pay her anyway. Exactly. Thank you, Remnant. Oh, thank you. Um, Johnny Five. Well, either that or he was in on it. You know, Johnny Five, either that or he was just in on it. Swivel hips. The weekend subbed along. Thank you. Along the way. Drive on Airborne, drive on HA. Swivel hips. Thank you so very much. And the cowards never started. Thank you so very much. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the support, Swivel hips. Thank you so very much. Thank you for your support. And it's always good in life, you know, to draw a line in the sand. And this is where I'm at. See, people who don't like me, in a way, it's kind of good because like I know where they're coming from. It's always the people who like, it's like that song Backstabbers, they're smiling in your face, and it's like, you want to know. So it's good to draw a line in the sand. Thank you so very much, Swivel hips. The weekend subbed along the way, and the cowards never started. Exactly. Drive on Airborne, drive on HA. Thank you so much, Swivel hips. Thank you. Remnant 0888. Thank you. Remnant 0888. Thank you. Yeah. Lee, I do. Chris, thank you. So Zebulon, thank you. Larry, that worries me because he's right about everything, and I love Sticks. Actually, HB Sticks and I were going to have a 3-way on YouTube. We've postponed it, so not the 3-way I always imagined. Oh no, Johnny Five, I was not. My God, I believe Swivel hips was Johnny Five. I didn't know that. 82nd, very cool. No, I was never in the military. No. I was reading Johnny Five. I was reading a super chat from Swivel hips. I appreciate that. I have a buddy also who was in the 82nd Airborne. He's a jiu-jitsu expert also, one of my friends. Although he would say, "Oh, I'm not that good." No, dude, I don't want to mess with you, man. I don't want to mess with, Paul H, thank you so very much. So let's see. Johnny Five, if not for airports, CNN would be. That's true. Airports and like airports and gyms. So let's see. Thank you again, Swivel hips and everyone. So it's not just that article. There's also an article, DNC's Clinton fundraising leaves little for state parties. The Democratic frontrunner says she's raising big checks to help state committees, but they've gotten to keep only 1% of the $60 million raised. So it went from 60 million, and then the next article is 80 million. So in May, it was 60 million. In July, it was 80 million. But let's see how they do this. Less than 1% of 61 million. So this is what I'm talking about. With $80 million funneled illegally, campaign finance violation, blatant. They're like, well, we can't, it's okay. I'm saying it's not credible. I'm also saying it's dangerous as well. There's nothing to debunk. It is my opinion that POTUS does not, the President of the United States of America does not need 8chan. If you go on 8chan, it will say, here's the disclaimer. There's a lot of crazy things on this site, and it's the darkest reaches of the internet. I mean, it's not, this is not one of those big leaps. Like, this is a pretty safe thing. I don't want to be, that's why I'm saying I'm not being rude to anyone. I'm not dissing anyone. It's 8chan. It started on 4chan. It is a message board. Why didn't he just go through Reddit or, our politics on Reddit? It's a message board with an unseen person, it's like, and especially like there's a lot of illegal activity on, yes, it is my opinion, but opinions can be absolutely accurate, you know? Um, you can't have a movement from riddles. It's like the Batman, like, the Joker seems to be losing it. Will Batman fall for his ploy? Robin has a crush. Catwoman still on top. Find out what happened. Same Bat channel. Oh, I'm not on. I'm not on that message board. All right. So let's continue. The Victory Fund has transferred $3.8 million to state parties, but kept almost all of the $60 million of that cash. Sorry, but almost all of that cash was quickly transferred to the DNC. Usually within a day or two, but Clinton staffer who controls the committee, Politico, analysis of the FEC records found. The Federal Election Commission does not allow you to just simply use the Democratic Party to funnel money to Clinton. They're supposed to be clear and distinct. Like the Republicans didn't even like Trump. The Republican Party gave Trump no help. They didn't cheat him, but they gave him no help. They didn't cheat him, but they didn't have joint fundraising for him. If anything, he had to fight through 12 people. If anything, he had to fight through people who just hate him, McCain and he was being set up while it was happening. So while he was running, they were setting him up with the Steele dossier. So Gail Fay, thank you. Yeah, but who cares about censorship? The thing is, again, it's not a rebuttal to say, well, there's no censorship there. President's not a YouTuber. Like if it's about classified information that could be censored, well, then in a heartbeat, that person would be arrested if he was really accurate. Mr. AJ for President 2024, Hillary for President now. Exactly, Mr. Thank you. Bombastic Bushkin. Comey should have sang and danced to him. Oh, I don't remember. Exactly, Bombastic Bushkin. Exactly. So yeah, I agree. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back. I wanted to do this segment really to just show people that when you talk about campaign finance violations, there's nothing compared to Clinton. You're talking about a difference between hundreds of millions of dollars and the information regarding romantic relationships that would have, Trump voters would not care. So, thank you, Randy. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. God bless, and I will see you very, very soon. Thank you, everyone.